Always use a good sunscreen. I never used to do this and I still forget
Nara,
sometimes.
the betrayal. I thought you made your own sunscreen, sister. What's going on? How much is this eye cream? Oh my god. I don't know about this reaction video, y'all. Oh, this is gonna be a rough one because today we are reacting to Nara Smith's skincare routine. Nara Smith needs no introduction, the queen of DIY and trad wives. She has absolutely blown up on social media for her videos, making food items from scratch, and of course her impeccable fashion style. And I will say, I think her DIY food recipes are actually really impressive and inspiring. But if you have not watched my video where I tried making Nara Smith sunscreen from scratch, you will know that I have a bone to pick with her. No one should be making sunscreen from scratch, and she recently did her skincare routine video with Vogue, and I am very worried, very concerned that her entire skincare routine is going to be DIY. Oh, there's just so many problems with that, but I'm gonna go into it with an open mind. Let's see what Miss Nara Smith's skincare routine is like.
Hi Vogue, it's Nara Smith. I'm here to show you my everyday skincare routine and makeup look.
I just have to say right off the bat, you cannot ignore her aesthetic excellence. Look at that bathroom, look at the hair, the jewelry, the top.
I usually just splash my face with water in the morning and then I go in with this
Oh.
Botanicals oil.
Oh my god, it's not DIY! That makes me really happy to see. I'm sure her entire skincare routine is going to be very naturally focused, organic ingredients, all that kind of stuff, but I'm very happy to see that it's not a DIY routine. Gotta admit, did not see that one coming. We're not even 20 seconds into the video and she's already exceeded my expectations, so yay! Okay, so you guys might be like, Hiram, she said she doesn't wash her face, she just splashes it with water. Why are you not complaining? Here's the thing, if you have really dry or dehydrated skin, cleansing twice a day can be overly stripping to your skin, and it's not always necessary. Now, if she's using ingredients like retinol or exfoliating acids the night before, in general, I do recommend that you use a very basic hydrating cleanser in the morning to make sure that those residual ingredients aren't affecting your skin throughout the day, because if you still have retinol on your skin and then you're going out into the sun, that could increase the amount of sun damage that your skin is experiencing. But I'm gonna guess that she doesn't use those ingredients because usually they're not very common in people who like all natural organic type skincare products. I don't know, let's see what oil she uses.
This is my favorite thing. I started using it 4 years ago when I was pregnant with my first baby. I just do literally...
Okay, she's not touching the fingers, that's great. Okay, she's not really showing the label, so I'm gonna have to do some digging to see what product she's using. It is from True Botanicals, which, if I remember right, I do actually like some of their formulations. Okay, so yes, it's their popular Pure Radiance Oil. It's $120, which does not surprise me. True Botanicals is a more luxury brand, and also it's Nara Smith. She wears couture clothing while making DIY bubblegum for her kid in the morning. This oil specifically has a ton of natural extracts like green tea, avocado oil, marula oil. It's really packed with a bunch of really beneficial natural extracts and seed oils. Here's my issue though. Starting off your skincare routine with a face oil can be counterproductive to the rest of the products that you're going to be using into your routine, because what they essentially do is create a seal over top of the skin to make sure that you're withholding any hydration that your skin already has and preventing any water in your skin from escaping. But if you're wanting to use like exfoliating ingredients or hydrating ingredients with the barrier that a face oil puts on your skin, it's going to make it more difficult for those ingredients to be able to deeply penetrate your skin and for you to get the full benefit of whatever active skin ingredients you're using, which is why usually face oils are best to apply as the last step of your skincare routine before you go in with your sunscreen. Now, that doesn't mean her other products are not going to work. I just say it's a good rule of thumb to follow up with face oils at the end of your routine rather than the beginning if you're wanting to get the full benefits of your other products.
This is this German moisturizer that I get at Pharmacy.
Cool.
It's called Real. I've also been using this for 10 years.
Wow,
I just
okay.
put it in this little travel jar, and since I'm on the road almost all the time, I just refill this jar. I
Love
have
the sustainability.
very dry skin. I deal with a lot of eczema. It's usually like on my palms, and then when I get really stressed, it just flares up on my entire face and entire body and scalp. So I just try to keep my skin as moisturized as possible.
Okay, yeah, totally makes sense why she doesn't use a cleanser in the morning, and I honestly think that's the best route to go. You really don't want to be overly stripping your skin when you have eczema at that level. I feel your girl. I get eczema on my hands whenever I'm in a dry climate and I'm not moisturizing my hands like multiple times a day, they will crack and bleed, and it's just really frustrating. And I can't even imagine how stressful that would be, dealing with it across your face and scalp. Like, ugh, that's awful. So I'm glad that she's been able to find a product that really has worked for her for the past 10 years. I'm not familiar with that product, and actually I'm not really familiar with German skincare in general. Oh, okay, so it's like a great price point. You can find it for $15 on Amazon. It says Behandlung der Symptom von Trockener Haut und Neurodermatitis. How's my German, y'all? I don't know a single word in that language. Looking at the ingredient list, it is definitely targeted for anyone who has severely dry or eczema-prone skin. I mean, there's glycerin, petroleum jelly, liquid paraffin. I would say this ingredient list is definitely reminiscent of a product that gives you the slugging experience. So definitely amazing for anyone who has eczema. I will say I'm a little surprised looking at this ingredient list that she does use it, because she tends to have a very natural, from plants only type of perspective when it comes to food, and what I assume cosmetics as well. And petroleum jelly and liquid paraffin are very often demonized by like the trad wife and all natural community. They claim that it's like toxic, which they absolutely are not. Research shows that they can be some of the safest and most beneficial skincare ingredients. And I'm not saying that she has that belief. Obviously she's using this product. I'm just a little bit surprised, pleasantly surprised, that she's comfortable using these ingredients on the skin, even though they're so often villainized by her community. And truthfully, looking at this ingredient list, it's totally a product that I would use as like an overnight moisturizer. Maybe I need to get into German skincare, y'all. Is it my time? I mean, I've been wanting to go to Berlin forever and check out the underground techno scene, so maybe it's time for me to do that and do my skincare shopping there as well.
Keep my skin as moisturized as possible. And then I go in with this eye cream.
Wow.
I do think
Okay.
my bags are hereditary. My mom has really bad eye bags too.
My sentiment changed real quick. She's using a Chanel eye cream. If I could sum up Chanel skincare in one word: waste. Chanel is one of those luxury skincare brands that's just better as an idea and not in practice. Every single ingredient list that I've looked at from them, I'm like, you're charging how much for this? Hundreds of dollars, I tell you, for formulas that you can find at the drugstore. But their skincare leaves much to the imagination, because you're gonna be imagining that it's worth the price that you spent on it. How much is this eye cream?
We're sorry. All of our representatives are still assisting other customers.
Oh my god. Hold the fucking phone. Et tu, Chanel? Okay, you guys, let me paint this picture. This eye cream, a half fluid ounce, okay? That much. And it's $325. A third of $1,000 for an eye cream that you're probably going to be repurchasing 3 to 4 times a year. Chanel, what the fuck are y'all smoking? Oh, you know what, guys, though? They have complimentary standard shipping, so I take everything I said back. Looking at this ingredient list too, this is embarrassing. Chanel, y'all should be ashamed of yourselves. Okay, sorry, I'm having an existential crisis. This is setting me off. I need to do some meditation. I'm doing my EMDR tapping therapy. I'm not even kidding you guys. Looking at this ingredient list, I wouldn't even pay 1/10 of the price. $30 for this eye cream? Absolutely not. Not worth it. If I were to recommend like an eye cream that is way less expensive, I still consider it to be really expensive, but the Peter Thomas Roth Potency Eye Serum is my favorite eye product of all time. It literally works overnight. Spend the money on that and get something else Chanel that you can actually reuse.
Always use a good sunscreen. I never used to do this, and I still
Nara! The betrayal! I thought you made your own sunscreen, sister. What's going on? Okay, I have to hold myself back. I have a lot to say.
I made this sunscreen once when I was on vacation in California for my husband, because he burns very easily, and we ran out of sunscreen and I didn't really want to run to the store, so I just made it myself. He didn't get sunburned that day, so I guess it works. I got dragged on the internet for making some sunscreen.
I'm sorry, I was the one who did that. Okay, first of all, I do want to apologize that I, yes, was dragging her. But hey, if you're promoting misinformation on the internet, I gotta call it out, especially when it comes to sunscreen, because you're talking about skin cancer and really severe skin issues. Oh my god. So the sunscreen that she uses is the Supergoop Unseen Sunscreen, one of the best-selling sunscreens of all time. And I just have to say, it is ironic that she's using that sunscreen formula, because that is a chemical sunscreen. Mineral sunscreens are what natural DIY people are constantly shouting from the rooftops saying that you need to be using, and to avoid chemical sunscreens because they're toxic and dangerous and all of that. I did not expect that I would be the more natural DIY girly than her from this video. I've never recommended chemical sunscreens on my channel because there's conflicting data about how they can contribute to the erosion of coral reefs, which is why I just opt to stay away from it. Chemical sunscreen filters can be significantly more irritating to the skin. Ooh, I know she's going to be making a lot of DIY people and trad wives upset with this product. It's just a little ironic considering how hyper-focused she is on DIY organic natural ingredients when it comes to her content, but then uses a sunscreen that is so opposite of that, because that sunscreen also has silicones, other chemicals that her community will very oftentimes label as toxic when they're not. It's just a type of product that's very opposite of what crunchy granola people typically endorse. And I think in the same way that she made a lot of dermatologists and chemists mad with her DIY sunscreen, she's probably making a lot of granola people very upset with these products that she's using. So we love a controversial queen.
I'm gonna make myself a lip scrub.
Oh,
not a sunscreen today. My mom actually taught me
spoke
how to
too
make
soon.
this. She used to make all these different concoctions growing up. We have brown sugar, coconut oil, I have some honey too, and some peppermint essential oil. We're gonna do a little bit of coconut oil, and we'll do about that much of sugar. I never measure my ingredients ever unless I'm baking, so we're just gonna eyeball it. This looks about right. I prefer brown sugar just because the crystals are a lot bigger. So we're also gonna add just a smidge of honey. In the wintertime, I get obsessed with anything that smells like peppermint. So we're gonna do peppermint essential oil. That should probably give that a really good mix. Okay, this is what we're left with. I just take a little bit on my finger. It's gonna be messy because the coconut oil is gonna melt. So just be prepared.
Not the worst thing ever. Honestly, if she just took the peppermint oil out of that, I would have been like, hell yeah, girl, let's go. Because honestly, out of all the products that she could have DIY'd for skincare, a lip scrub is like the safest and best one to go with. It's not staying on your skin, it's being rinsed off afterwards, and she used brown sugar, which melts with water and oil, so it's not going to be overly abrasive. Love that she added honey. I have always said that if you're going to DIY your skincare, use honey because there's so many benefits to the skin. I don't love that she went in with straight peppermint oil. Essential oils can be very irritating in the skin, even in small doses, and using a concentrate like that has so much potential for skin irritation and skin sensitivity, and especially if she has eczema, that is just oof. However, I'm very glad that it's a lip scrub, that it's being rinsed off immediately afterwards. So the risk is pretty low. And I get it, you know, you got to stay true to your brand. You're all about DIY stuff. This is the best step of the skincare routine that she could have done for DIY. So I'm for it. Weirdly enough, I'm supporting DIY skincare. I can just see all the comments like, Hiram, you've changed. Who have you become? Relax, guys. I got to give her a little bit of grace. I have been dragging her a lot.
My lips are so soft after it. Mint tea with lemon and honey is the best thing ever. We're gonna go in with this Laneige lip mask, obviously peppermint. This is all I do for skincare.
I'm still part of the gang where I just don't understand the hype around the Laneige lip masks. Yes, they look cute and they're very satisfying when you first put them on, but I have never once felt like my lips were moisturized after using them. Like, they immediately get dry afterwards. And actually, when I've used them overnight, they dry out my lips even more. Hell, my lips are dry right now just from reacting to it. If you haven't watched my video where I test out every lip balm ever made, that product was one of them, and I think was one of the bottom of the list. Anyway, wow, that was unexpected on so many levels. First off, I am genuinely encouraged that she uses products that are actually formulated by chemists and not just made by her. Creating her own lip scrub was the best type of product that she could have made a DIY formula for. And I think this routine has actually helped to shift my presumptions about Nara Smith and the way that she kind of sees ingredients, because I truly did think that, like most people in her community, was going to be very anti-chemical, anti-science, but her products actually prove quite the opposite. This was not a routine that is reminiscent of someone who only uses like organic or natural ingredients. And that's a good thing, because if you know anything about natural only skincare, the majority of it is just BS and not reliant on science at all, and can actually be more irritating and sensitizing and damaging to the skin. So I'm very happy to see that, and I actually hope that she talks more about that in the future, because within the DIY community there can very much be an echo chamber of misinformation and anti-science that can contribute to a lot a lot of the crippling misinformation problem that we have here in the USA. And I hope people don't drag her too much for this routine, because I think there can be a great middle ground of preferring to make some things from scratch, but also knowing when to trust the science and formulation ability of chemists. And yeah, I hope she can highlight that more in her content instead of creating DIY sunscreens. Because let's be honest, that was not your best move, Nara. There's still time to make an apology video. What do you guys think of this routine though? Were you pleasantly surprised like I was, or are you not a fan? I want to hear about it. What other celebrities do you guys want to see me react to? Do you have any other ones that have shocked you or horrified you? Let me know, because I would love to react to them. And if you guys haven't already, be sure to subscribe to my channel and to hit the notification bell so that you can see my videos every single week. And I will see you guys in the next one. Mwah.